Okay, so in this example right here, we're going to take a look at how do we graph a linear inequality. And in this case here, we have one that has two variables in it. We have an x and a y value. And so we're going to be graphing this out on a graph, not a number line. If you've taken a look at other videos or you've gone through some of the other examples of graphing a single inequality with a single variable, then we have a number line. And that's fairly, I would call it straightforward. But we're going to now ramp it up a little bit and take a look at a regular linear inequality where we have two variables, an x and a y value. So let's graph this out. We're going to reference some things about what's called graphic form, and this looks a little bit like graphic form, and how we graph that out, which has a slope and a y-intercept. If you're not totally sure about those, maybe go back and look at some other videos or maybe talk to somebody else about that. But I'm going to reference that as I go through how to solve a question like this. First things first, we're going to have a little graph. Now, you might be asked to draw this out. You might have graph paper with you. Make sure that it's labeled. Okay, so we have our x and our y axis. We're going to make sure that they are labeled with numbers that are evenly spaced. In this case, mine are going up by 1. Okay, whatever you want to go up by, that's totally fine, but I'm going to go up by 1s. When we see this equation right here, we have to remember or kind of think about it in graphic form, where the number in front of x is our slope, and the number that is being added on at the end is our y-intercept. In this case, the y-intercept is -4, which means that a reference point along this line is at -4, right there on the y-intercept, or sorry, the y-axis. Okay, it's called the y-intercept. So this is one of the points on our line. Now, using the slope, we can figure out what another point on the line would be, and that is that from the first reference point, we use the slope to find a second one. The slope of this line here is 2, which could be thought of as 2 over 1. So we're going to go up 2 over 1, and there's another point at 1, -2. These 2 points are on the line. So in respect to what we have done in the past with linear functions, we would then draw a nice straight line through there with arrows at both ends. Done, right? Not quite. The inequality is going to make for a little bit of extra stuff that we have to put on here. First of all, when we look at our inequality says that y is greater than 2x minus 4. It doesn't say it's equal to. This line that we've drawn out right here represents equality. It means it's equal to. It means all of those points along the line are a part of this equation, but they're not, okay? They have to be greater than it. So because we don't have the equal part in there, we are going to actually have to change this line. And what we're going to do is we're going to adjust it from a solid line into a dashed line. Okay, this dashed line means that it's a reference point for it, but no point along that line actually satisfies this inequality. Okay, it's going to be the points on either the left-hand side or the right-hand side which are going to satisfy this inequality. So, which side is it? Well, y is greater than 2x minus 4, and so we're going to look at what is bigger than or above the line. And so in this case, we now shade, and we shade in that entire side. And that entire side is then a part of this system, or the entire side works for that system. Not sure? Do a test point. Let's take the point 0, 0. Look at 0, 0 on the graph. And I don't have notes for this here, but look at point 0, 0 on the graph, right in the center there. Is it in the colored region or the shaded region? In this case, yes. Okay, that means that if we put 0, 0 into the equation or into the inequality, it should work. Well, if y is 0 and x is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, minus 4 is -4. It's telling us that 0 is greater than -4. That is true. That means that we shaded in the correct side. Hope this has helped you. That's the end of the video. All the best as you work through your problems. Please reach out to somebody who can help you, whether that's me or somebody else that you know, and as you work through and try to solve the questions you may have. All the best.